Hi, I'm David Fulton, creator of Yes to Cookies. Thank you for buying or considering buying my new line of delicious, starch-free, sugar-free, and gluten-free cookie mixes. Yes to Cookies are amazingly different from regular cookies. I've replaced all the normal starch and sugar in a regular cookie with healthy fiber and zero-calorie sweeteners. That means that the fiber and the zero-calorie sweeteners that we use in Yes to Cookies are not digested. The enzymes in our body cannot break down the fiber and zero-calorie sweeteners that we use in Yes to Cookies. Regular cookies are loaded with starch and sugar. Almost all the carbohydrate calories in Yes to Cookies simply pass right through your body. Now let's get started. Baking Yes to Cookies is a little different than baking with flour and sugar. While the directions on the box are easy to follow, by watching our video before you start, you'll learn how to get great results every time. I'll show you tips and tricks that I learned while I was literally baking hundreds of batches in the process of inventing Yes to Cookies. First of all, let's preheat the oven to 375. You know your own oven. If it bakes hot, you may want to reduce it a few degrees, or if it bakes cool, you may need to turn it up a little bit. Also, the baking pan you use can affect your oven temperature and the bake time. Personally, I love this stone pan that my sweetheart bought me from the Pampered Chef. It gives me a really consistent baking temperature. Also, metal pans will bake just a little bit faster, so you might need to reduce your oven temperature a little bit. Regardless, you'll want to watch your first batch of cookies to make sure that they don't burn. Now all we need to do is decide which Yes to Cookies flavor we'd like to bake. We've got Cocoalicious or Strawberry Banana Blitz. My personal favorite is the Strawberry Banana Blitz, so that's the one I'm going to pick. I wanted Yes to Cookies to taste great, like a real cookie, not fake or artificial. That's why we used all natural ingredients. Now let's get our other ingredients ready. When you first start out, you might want to use a half a pound just so you can get familiar with baking Yes to Cookies. I'm going to use a full pound today. One thing that makes baking easier and more enjoyable is getting everything ready before you get started. You'll need a good deep mixing bowl and a mixer, preferably an electric one. But you can mix by hand, but it'll probably be a little bit slower. As the directions on the box say, you'll need 2 eggs and 12 tablespoons of butter. You can substitute the same amount of egg white or margarine if you're concerned about cholesterol and saturated fat. Let's also have our baking pan ready, as well as a few utensils. One very important point is don't add water. Remember, we're cooking with fiber, and this is a whole new way of baking, so we're not using starch. So if you want to add liquid, add just a little bit more butter or a little bit more egg. I'm going to add a cup of walnuts to the mix today, so I can have a banana walnut cookie. You can add nuts or other spices or other fun ingredients to the mix. Nuts add a nice crunch, and you'll even get more cookies from the batch. Just keep in mind how many carbohydrates and calories you're adding. You can even add a little bit of low glycemic fruit, such as cranberries, strawberries, or blueberries. When I add fruits or nuts, I prefer to use organic, so I'm adding the healthiest, most natural ingredients. If you do add fruit, I'd suggest that you keep it to about 1 cup, and make sure that it's very well drained. You want to add the least amount of water possible. Also, be sure to add the fruit to your dough last after everything else is mixed. I've learned the best results come when I have the butter and the eggs at room temperature, so what's best is to leave them out about 30 minutes before you're going to be baking. One thing to be careful of, though, is if you do use liquid egg whites or liquid eggs, be sure that they are 100% egg or egg whites. You don't want to have extra ingredients in your cookies. If you forget to leave your eggs out, or if you're in a hurry, one way that I've found to get your eggs up to room temperature is to take a cup of water, put it in your microwave, and warm your water up. But make sure you don't get it to the point where it's boiling. Alright, now that our water is nice and warm, but not boiling, it is nice and warm, we bring it over here and we take our eggs and we put them into the water. You may want to do this in the sink just to avoid if you've got too much water, but just let them soak in there carefully so they don't break, all right? And we're going to let them sit here and just warm while we work on the rest of the cookie mix. So now we take our 12 tablespoons of butter and we add it to our pound of strawberry banana Yes to Cookies. And we take our 2 room temperature eggs and we add those in there. Okay, like so. All right, now we take our mixing blade. Make sure when you're working with a mixer like this that you put the blade on first and then plug it in to be safe. And then turn on your mixer at a slow speed for about 5 minutes. The strawberry banana or Cocolicious dough should look a little like clay at first, but let it keep mixing. It'll start to look kind of crumbly, but that's okay. That's exactly what we want, I promise you. The crumbles will stick together and you'll be able to roll it into cookies. Okay, next we add our walnuts. Pour those in there. And we turn our mixer on and let them mix into it just a little bit, so they're all nicely mixed in. All right, now we're ready to make our cookies. Oh, want to make sure to unplug our mixer. Okay. Okay, we've got our dry dough here. By the way, we want to hear your ideas. Make sure to email us your fun ideas for how to use Yes to Cookies. We'd love to hear what you're doing and put it on our website. Now we're going to make our balls of dough. Now that our dough is all nice and mixed, we come in and we make tablespoon size balls out of it. Okay, form it nicely and put it on our bake pan. All right, now we take our table size balls of dough, and I've made 12 here on our bake pan. The rest of the dough I put in the refrigerator to make more cookies later. And we come over here to our oven that has been preheated, 375. And we put our cookies in there. And we set our timer for 15 minutes. Again, your time and oven may vary a little bit, so keep a good eye on your cookies the first time to make sure that they turn out great. Well, let's check on our cookies. Oh man, the house smells great. I guess you're just going to have to take my word for that until you bake up your own Yes to Cookies. Oh wow, look at those. Those are beautiful. Those are absolutely gorgeous. That was incredible. Wow. All right, we're going to set those there carefully because they're hot. Okay. Oh wow, will you look at those? Don't they look fantastic? You'd never even know these cookies are made with fiber and no calorie sweeteners instead of high calorie starch and sugar. Make sure you put a piece of wax paper on the counter. That way you have it ready when you take the cookies off the pan, but leave them on the pan for a couple minutes so that they can cool. That lets them firm up but not stick to the pan. While these are cooling, let me show you some other cookies I baked earlier that are the strawberry banana blitz cookies without walnuts, so that you can see how pretty and delicious they turn out, even with no extra ingredients added. There we go. All right, we got those on our wax paper. Oh man, those look beautiful. Wow. All hot and fresh and chewy, fresh from the oven. I love them. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, that's delicious. We don't use preservatives in Yes to Cookies, so in a little while they're going to be nice and crisp and great for dunking. Or if you like your cookie soft, you can put it in the microwave for a few seconds. There's lots of wonderful ways to enjoy eating Yes to Cookies, and remember to email us and share your fun ideas. And don't forget to visit the Yes to Cookies website for even more ideas. Thank you for watching my video today and letting me share my experience and tips with you. Now you can take your own Yes to Cookies and in 5 minutes of mixing, have your own starch-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, all-natural, wonderful, delicious cookies.